Welcome in to the witching hour. I mean, I don't know what else to call this, but we're gonna talk about witches today. Because I never see any guides, and this is like horrible. Because one of the best classes, at least in my opinion. I mean, I've played quite a bit with it, and well, now we've got 50 days, and this is since launch on Xbox. I mean, I played a little bit in the beta. I don't have the balloon in this character, but I've been playing a witch since the beta is my main, and this is by far the most I've ever done in any Black Desert. So I played a little PC, but that's pretty much irrelevant. This is further than I ever got on PC, and it's about the same amount of time. As you can see, my gear's imperfect. It was a lot better recently, but I destroyed some stuff, going for gains. But I managed to have a few Tets, Tet Muskins, Tet Bags, Tet Red Nose, Tet Heave, Tet Zarka, Tet Steel, and a Trialora. I had a Tet, but, I went for Pen. That's what happens. Down to Sula, but I'll make mad gains. I still get kills, even at 190 AP. As long as you break the bracket, that's really all that matters. At least at this stage in the game. There's not too many people that'll punish you for it. And even if they do, they probably were going to punish you for it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, the gear isn't that huge of a... It's not that important. Alright, so I picked Witch because it's a game. Like, that's goal is PvP, and the in-game PvP requires that you kind of stay alive. I mean, Siege Wars are 100v100. The Node Wars vary. But basically, as one of the only classes who can heal other people, it's sort of your responsibility to stay alive and push with the push, and participate. But your participating isn't necessarily what do you say? It's not the same. Like, you don't have to dive in, you don't have to face tank, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have any of those responsibilities at all. Your main goal is to, be there for moral support, protected area, that type of stuff. Maybe a lucky heal here or there. I mean, you got Toxic Flood, got lots of stuff. Yoke of Ordeal, you managed to land that on a bunch of people, they'll execute a lot of people. That's very dangerous. This is dangerous. You've got lots of frontal guards, you've got lots to rotate. There's lots of reasons why, I don't know, life is nice as a witch. There's a lot of things you can do that other classes can't. Mainly, every single one of your abilities is AoE. And it's kind of up to you to decide how you use them. But there is, like, optimal. You're going to want to rotate the proper stuff at the right times. Some things have super armor, some things have down, some things are down attacks. You have a big variety of how you deal your damage, but basically, like, Witch sucks until you manage to get a lot of AP. Like, your goal in life is to stack AP, and once you stack enough AP, there's not a target that can withstand your wrath. It's pretty basic. Like, I've had it up to 220. I have not been able to break the 235 bracket, which is why I was like, I don't know. In a moment of desperation, I just like sold everything, bought some bags. I was having a bad luck streak that lasted a couple weeks, so it's just a matter of, I don't know, changing it up. So, like, to start, basically, the witch is terrible. 1v1 PvP pre-awakened. In your pre-awakened kit, It's basically the closest you can possibly get to being like complete trash. Um, it seems nice at first, but the more you use it, the more I hated it. That's pretty much how it went. I got to level 58 and then I just like gave up on it because my idea of fun isn't spamming the same ridiculous abilities over and over again, but it works out like that no matter how you slice it. So I just pick the big AoEs versus the single targets. If I learned anything, if I'm gonna have to kill something repeatedly, over and over and over, give me the bigger attacks. All right, so we're gonna do a little pre-awaken. While I talk about pre-awaken, you're basically terrible at 1v1 PvP. Let's show you why. This, you're standing still. This, you're standing still. This, you're standing still. This, you're standing still. Did I make the point again? Yep. There's a little movement. You know, hit the cancel, dagger cancel. I'm like going as fast as I possibly can. And now I'm out of mana. Look, you're standing still. And that skill's not good to your 58 anyway. So, like, and it has to be in the game. Like, Awaken Earthquake, amazing. When you get it, you'll love it. Absolute Meteor, best thing. It's level 60. Comes back in 30 seconds. Honestly, by the time you're done casting it, you have like 25, 20 seconds. Something like that. It's pretty straightforward. Like, you stand still, you get a heal, get a group heal. There's a pretty big range, like you can see it going out. It's a great class for group fights. Even multiple witches is like horrible. Because like, if you level these up, this will give you 25% of your health. And the aura pulses will give you more than 100% of your health if you max it out as soon as possible. I think it's level 5, but basically 1, 2, by the time you do 2, you'll probably be full health. And so, like, there's some things that you can do as pre-awaken that I'll note because this took like a couple hours of video for me to figure out. And I told every witch I could tell, basically. As if you spam your abilities properly, you don't even have to spam it. You basically just hold the button and walk in a direction. If you have decent stamina, this will last a while. You can take skill awakenings that give you mana back on hit. So if you manage to hit something with it, and this also auto locks on. So like if this dude was actually something I could fight, I could shoot him once, and then you get a target reticle, and then you can just spam. It's really great for world bosses, really great for just, you know, basic things where you want to brainless kill stuff. Ours sucked at first, but it got buffed by like 500%, and then it got buffed again. Basically, like they made everything better at grinding, and this is one of the best tools that you have because your AP transfers really well. There's another ability that I don't have at the moment, but you could do the multiple magic arrow. I prefer this to multiple magic arrow just because of the simple fact that with 5 cast speed and a little bit of running training, you could spam this way more often and way more frequently than you could cast that. And it basically requires 0 mana. Like if you do this properly, you can shoot them over and over and over and over again. You can see that my mana regen, it pretty much comes back at as fast as this goes. Absolute Earthquake, it's wonderful, but you're probably going to want to cancel out of that. We won't go into that just yet. So you've got the biggest long range abilities that hit the most people. This isn't going to be a great one, but basically you get Blizzard, and that was like, I don't know, it'd be the beginnings of a snowstorm. Let's get a real blizzard. Oh, see, look, I need 60 seconds before I can cast another blizzard. So let's go meteor shower. But you see, I just regen my whole mana real fast. Bam, just threw a meteor. Press another heal. Do a speed spell. Pop the mana absorb. Like, there's so many things you can do. Yeah, mana absorb, very beneficial skill. It can basically fill up your mana if you get the 3rd level of it or whatever. That's insane utility. Like, you basically don't need mana pots, but it relies on there being something alive and in target range for you to get your mana back. The awakening mana back is much better because you just have to shoot something, and then we'll get into that later as well. And so basically, group PvP utility. You've got Lighthouse, you've got Healing Aura, which can heal you and whoever else lands on the end of that. I'll show you really quickly. So if this guy was my teammate and I hit him with that circle over there, he would get a heal as well as me. That's like your least useful heal. It's really good for you, especially in PvP. Okay, another thing that took also hours for me to get, if you spam, I guess for me it's right bumper, but you're going to want to trigger Earth's response in a direction, left or right. And then dagger before or after, but if you dagger and then you do it, you get a full animation. If you Earth's response, then dagger, you can cancel out of it. So ideally, you would want dagger cancel, Earth's response, dagger cancel. Oh, but yeah, I switched into awakening because, well, which is actually interesting. Once you get into the awakening, like the way that it flows in between pre-awakening and awakening is pretty mind-boggling. So basically, what you'll end up doing is Earth's response, magic evasion. But you can dagger cancel, Earth's response, dagger cancel, magic evasion. And if you do it properly and dagger cancel before your Earth's response, you'll get a full animation. And Earth's response will knock them up into the air if you land it properly. This is pretty straightforward. And that's like pretty good mobility if you can master that pre-awakening. You'll be able to run away, at least long enough to teleport away. And then you get your teleport, your double teleport. Those are very useful. It's like your bread and butter. You're going to want to kite people and trick them into thinking you're going to be where they are because that's your only iframe. So you also don't want to blow your load too soon. Like, you want to make sure that you can TP to a safe spot, kind of reset the fight, because ideally there's a lot of things that you could do. Like, especially, like, example, I get jumped. If I get jumped and I'm like, oh my god, all of a sudden I'm low health, I don't know where I am. TP away. Sage's memory, Lighthouse. By the time the heals come off, I'll be full health before you know it, and I'll be able to switch into awakening and go assault them again. Now, I can't do that and like chase. It's not really smart to chase because like basically you get a full heal. It's 100-0. If you get away, pop your heal. 100%. You're back in the fight. It's over. Pre-awakening. Your best ability, your most damaging ability is going to be your 100%. It sucks though. You're going to trigger it over and over again on accident because lightning and residual lightning is your biggest damage attack. That's not 100%. So we can get into that too because I'm also sort of remembering things as we go. Basically, we could do the combos now. You can do your fireball. You can throw it. If you put it on your hotkey, you can move and throw it up to 7 seconds after you use it. That's like essential to know because it lets you combo. When you'll see a bunch of witches like, oh my god, why aren't you doing the combo? But the truth is that not too many people know. and especially pre-awakening. Like I haven't figured out how to weave it in perfectly with awakening because I just haven't fought enough people trying to use it. But basically, the pre-awakened damage combo is gonna be fireball, lightning, residual lightning. Pop that explosion, baby. That's one. It's your two piece. You can do another two piece. Same function. Lightning chain, residual lightning. Boom. And then, oh, and then I messed it up because I forgot the button. But basically, it works like that. So let's try this one more time. In 8, 9 seconds, we'll just do the other one. Boop. Lightning. Duh. Duh. Boom. Okay. So now, ooh, I can't. Dang, that sucks. Okay, gotta wait just half a hair longer before we keep trying to do these combos. Like the cooldown timers, you have to make sure you manage all your cooldowns. But you have a lot of cooldowns, so it's easy. So basically, chain lightning, lightning, residual lightning, and then pop that lightning storm, baby. That's 4. You can't see it because I aim too far away, but basically you can trigger these offset. So what you do is you'll fire this one, boop, 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 boop. That's a 6 piece. So you can do either 2 piece or 6 piece, which is pretty straightforward, but it takes a while to figure it out because it's a lot of different button combinations that I just did. But it's not really. It's just, you just have to learn them. So basically, another good way to start would be do, 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 and then we've got full health. Pop that. Drop that. Oh, dang. Boop. Oh, see, look, I just did like the worst combo ever, but like, basically that's what I mean. You got a lot of cooldowns to work with, but you have to like set them up so intricately, otherwise it comes off like trash. Boop. But that's like the level. Like you'll fucking hate, hate, hate pre-awakened for this. It's just so clunky. Like that's the only downside. There's no flow. You jump straight, backwards or sideways. Like it's easy to read you, unless you teleport, which is you disappearing. You get read like a book, and that's why your PvP sucks, especially 1v1, especially in the beginning, especially pre-awaken. Okay, so let's try this again. Alright, throw the fireball. Alright, we need mana. Alright, I will show you the pre-awakened 6 piece without messing up. Huh, 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 huh. Boom. Swap. Pulse. Thunderstorm. Add spear. Paralysis. Equilibrium break. I mean, I'm still standing still, but if you were dumb enough to stand in front of me this whole time, you'd be gone. Boom. Look at that combo potential. That's what I mean. Like, you could just do so many big hitting abilities over and over again. That's why this class is OP. And Blizzard is the highest damage long range ability that you get, that anyone gets, really. There's Blizzard Ultimate. When you cast this the first time, you're gonna be like, you mean they let me do that to people? I said that like the first 100 times I cast Blizzard. It's pretty much how that worked. Alright, so that's pretty much everything that I can cover with Pre-Awaken. We covered with the strafe, multi-shot, your fireball, And the explosion work on timers. So like you see the timer that just pops up, I can cast 4, 3, 2, 1. Explosion. See? Earthquake is really good when you get to 58 or whenever you can absolute earthquake. That's the most amazing thing. It's going to be one of your biggest damaging abilities when you can get it. Absolute meteor shower. It's amazing when you can get it. It's level 60, so grind, grind, grind. Even if you have pre-awakened, just grind, grind, grind. You want to be able to get your flows, because your flows deal stupid amounts of damage, like just insane amounts of damage. Like we're getting into awakening now. It took months for us to get awakening, but once we got it, it made sense. Like they nerfed the crap out of Witch Wizard because they don't really rely on AP as much as you might think they do, but basically you can just assault people and it's just hilarious the amount of damage you do. So we'll go through the skills really quick. It's pretty straightforward. This is Voltaic Pulse. You won't see the guy until you get to level 60. Oh wait, no, this one's level 60. Yeah, lightning with the dude is level 60. And so I didn't explain this on the other one, but most people are going to blow through pre-awaken faster than anything. But on the lighting abilities, especially, I don't know, especially the ones that are like, so this, you see that black mark that was on the ground? Let's see, we'll do it one more time. Boop. Ah, see, it's too far away. We gotta go closer. Okay, so bam, black mark. You see that black mark, the giant black mark? That black mark is the full damage zone of the attack. So we'll do it again closer. You see that black mark on the ground? That black mark that appears on the floor is the full damage area of your lighting ability. If you use Thunderstorm, boom, it leaves this mark right here. Basically, with decent AP, competitive AP, you're going to be doing about 70% of someone's health if you hit them with that pre-level 60. With the scaling you get a level 60, you basically get that other 30%. So most targets, if they land in the black spot, well, you have to land the black spot on them basically. But essentially, if you can make this happen, like we'll just scoot, float, pulse, and then lightning. Boom, but I missed. But he would have took some pretty significant damage. Like that's gonna be one serious way to deal some heavy damage to whoever you're fighting or whatever you're fighting. The best ability by far is Pulse. Shortest cooldown, 360 AoE. Like you don't really have to aim it, you have to aim yourself. And it doesn't say it's a knockdown, but it can knock down. So that's ideal as well. Like you want to know that you can knock them down. Because if you see him on the floor, you'll be like, well, I'm not awakened. Okay, see him on the floor, pop that thunderstorm. Or reposition, pop the thunderstorm. Like there's a lot of things you can do. It's pretty amazing. So a lot of people would say that that's a good move. That's a good move as well. Paralysis, if you're in 1v1 or if you're in a group v group or like a 3v1, like you're bullying someone, doesn't matter. Like Witch Wizard, if you're in a party with somebody and there's an idiot or someone like trolling or whatever, or what, it doesn't matter. Like flag, hit him with paralysis, unflag, or don't unflag. Like just keep shooting them with paralysis till they go away, because it's not gonna kill them. So it doesn't matter what their AP or whatever it is. Like it's gonna slow them, 50%, whatever. It's like pretty significant slow. So paralysis, 50% slow. And like this is what I mean. Debt flow, this is a floating ability. This is my favorite ability. Debt flow in anything is amazing. Basically, you want to stack ignore resistance in any slot you can get it, basically, which is like offhand weapon type, main hand, crystals. So like you can get this as like extra stats, and a lot of people have like low floating resist. So if I can float you, it'll knock you up into the air. And this move sucks because you can't see it unless I hit something with it. So we'll work on going to go hit something with it. I don't know. We'll do battle written later. So basically, great grind speed. It's amazing. Greatest thing ever. That 100%, not so great. Fissure Wave, this move is really good for getting mana back, but it's a terrible move because it's unprotected. Basically, like there's a lot of things that you can do, but you can't do anything if you're on your back or you're dead. So like you need to focus on staying alive. That's pretty much how this game works. And then you get your CC, and then you kill him. But if you get CC, just GG. It doesn't matter. Like, it kind of works out. Like, once you get past a certain point, whoever gets the CC, insta-kill. And that's pretty much how it works. Like, if I can get enough CCs, pretty much insta-kill. Like, there's not too many people who can withstand 2 or 3 attacks full force. Especially if I've buffed up and done, like, everything I could do to win the fight. Because you get a lot of buffs. Get a lot of buffs. So you get magic shield. As long as you have mana, your mana eats damage. And you gain resistances, so you're harder to do anything to. So we'll see. Profile 67, 52, 97, 42. So I've gained additional resistances, which is really useful. And then you've got PA. Oh wait, that's not PA. That's Lighthouse. Lighthouse is a heal. You got protected area. Protected area is really great ability. It's pretty much why everybody wants witch and wizards in their guild and in their NODEWAR guild, and like just basically fighting alongside them. It's why you'll always be useful. It's why basically you're a needed class. You're a necessity, even if you can only press one button. Basically, they don't care. You'll get people cut you breaks. You'll be able to join a top guild just because you pick this class. 9 plus 999 DP for 4 seconds. And if you scale it up, protected area 5, you get 8 seconds of plus 999 DP in super armor while you're using the skill. 10 allies max. So you need lots of witch and wizards. You need at least 10 to pop to get a full 100 man or like going. So you need lots of witch and wizards. That's pretty crazy. They're going to want you for PA pushes. They're going to want you for everything. Like, that's why you pick Witch Wizard. But Witch is better than Wizard because I don't got to work for it. They got to work for it. They might get a reset with their grab, but I get every other CC and a float that reaches, like, a significantly stupid amount of distance. So, like, I got to float somebody. So about the like, I would be hitting him if this was an actual fight. I would be able to hit him with my death flow over and over again. And you can just keep casting death flow. So if somebody's like almost dead, it's pretty cray-cray. I guess I'll just do a PvP video separately because I need to be able to explain the skills like one by one as it kind of comes up. So your burst potential is amazing. I went over that. Evasion hybrid build is great as well because if you can survive somebody's one-shot combo, they'll basically never kill you. because it takes, if they can't kill you in 20 seconds, you get a full heal. And like if you spam the crap out of pots between your heal and then like pots, you'll be like pretty full on health most of the time. Like if somebody can't kill you as a witch wizard, they just literally never kill you. Because you could just PA their big burst. And then what are they going to do? Everything they got is on cooldown. They're 100% gone. Nothing happened. And then maybe they do dent you. Full health. Okay. Maybe they come back. Look at that. Another heal. Oh, watch out. See? Look. Oh, teleports back up. Oh, look. You basically just gotta get good at playing chicken. Like, oh, look, I'm over here now. Oh, look, I'm over here now. And then you gotta do your stupid little things so you can reposition faster than somebody can walk. Or at least be not predictable, because that's pretty much what's gonna get you killed 100% of the time. Okay, so we've done that. Done that. All skills, AoE, multi-target, been over that. Good range on pretty much every ability. The shortest range that you're looking at is going to be, oh, we got swap. Shortest range ability, equilibrium break, and that's still pretty long range. Like, and that's dumb to aim. This is also pretty dumb to aim, but it one-hits people. Yoke of Ordeal, once you get the flow, literally one-hits people. Like, that's the one, this is the one skill. Look, boop, boop. This is the one skill that people hate the most. Like, this hits almost as hard. This hits almost as hard. This literally steamrolls people. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. When we first figured it out, like, basically, with 170 plus AP, or like 184 plus AP, once you break that bracket, if you debt flow someone and they fall to their back, Yoke of Ordeal, and they're dead, it doesn't matter if they have 290 DP. They're still going to take 90% of their health and damage. Like, it doesn't even matter. The truth is that it's pretty overpowered. Like, I'd kind of agree. Because if you land it properly, it'll roll through someone's guard and then kill them anyway. Even if they're blocking, like, you literally have to run. And it has weird clipping, so it's even better. Like, the weird clipping, so like an example of the weird clipping is that would probably damage someone if they were standing next to it. Like, you got a 90% hit rate. And then the other weird clipping thing that I noticed is, oh, I can't do it just yet. Okay, roll. You see that? You see how the black moves? Why? I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. Any other weird things that I've noticed with this? Toxic Flood would be OP if you coordinated like 20 witches to all drop it on a push at once. Like, if you all placed them on top of each other, they'd pretty much kill whoever walked on it instantly, because they all deal like 200 damage a second. So if you put like 10 of them down, it would just do like 2,000 damage a second for whoever was unfortunate enough to walk onto it. Last NODEWAR situation. Okay, what else? What else? Go through the skills real quick. Just Sage's Memory, must have. Magic arrows, multiple. So multiple magic arrows better than absolute multiple magic arrow. This you can spam as much as you have mana. This you can have. This has a 3-second cooldown, and it doesn't do like that much more damage. Okay, another thing: never take concentrated magical arrow for any reason whatsoever. Magic Arrow maxed out with the spam deals way more damage. Like, it's not comparable. Fireball, don't level up Fireball first, level up Absolute Fireball. And then, or not Absolute Fireball, but you wanna level up Explosions first. Like, Explosions first no matter what. The you basically only use the beginning skill of, well, you only use Fireball to activate the explosion. Absolute Meteor Shower is a rush, but it depends. If you use it regularly, then yeah, rush it. If not, it's not the most used combo, at least in my opinion. I use Blizzard a lot more. Magical Evasion, this is something you'd rush last. Don't even worry about that. Teleport, you want ASAP. This is like, as soon as you can get teleport, as soon as you can get ultimate teleport at level 56, you can buy it. Prepare for that, because they're game changing. Absolute Lightning Chain. So you want Lightning Chain because it increases the tick rate. And so on every fourth channel, it attempts to stiffen someone. And each time you level up the skill, it can channel one more time back to back. So, and yeah, and it goes up in targets. So it can chain lightning more people, and it channels longer. And then your Absolute Chain Lightning has a max of 10 targets and channels, really fast. Lightning Storm, it's the explosion. You're going to want to go for the explosion every time as soon as you can. Lightning, you want to level this up as well because this is your 100%, and this one is the one that you're going to accidentally fire 1,000 times, but it deals so much damage. Like, you're going to hate it and love it because you're like, I need to plan for this, but it's still going to murder everything. Absolute Lightning, that would be wonderful if you can get it, but it's level 56. You're going to need a lot of skill points if you expect to get the absolutes and your awakenings. Like, I have 1672 and I still don't have all the skill points. Or like, I have every awakening skill completely done and a majority of the main skills that I prefer, like, pretty much done. Ultimate Blizzard, that's really great. Earthquake, Absolute Earthquake, this is one of the standout skills. Once you get it, you'll love it. Yeah, Absolute Earthquake is level 56. So level 56 you can get this and it's wonderful. Like, that's game changing. I would prefer that over Absolute Blizzard. If you were pinched for skill points, like, that's gonna hit you way harder, way more often. So that's pretty much all the most important stuff. If I missed it, it's probably not that great. Okay, so these are useful when you need to call something or command something to attack. One thing I noticed when I was fighting in the arena against noobs, um, if you can tank someone, or they just like suck and they're in the arena, you can just send your minion to attack them, and they'll pretty much just like 3-hit them. Especially if you pull out Tet. If you pull out Tet, Tet is really cool because Tet doesn't miss, and he's ranged. Oh, see, I had Tet out. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there's Tet. He's the lightning dude. But basically, you target someone, and then he starts shooting lightning at him. And he won't stop shooting lightning until you, like, move, you make him move, or you do a, like, lightning ability that makes him work with you, but he'll still keep shooting after you're done. So that's really useful to know as well. Trying to hurry this up because it pretty much is gonna take forever. I've got pretty much everything that I've gone through. Next bit it's gonna be Node Wars. Node Wars and Sieges. You're going to be put into a PA group, and you're gonna want to memorize this. Your PA group is gonna be, when they call that out, you're gonna do it because each PA only hits 10 people, and you're gonna have more than 10 people in your push. So you're gonna need more than one witch or wizard. 2 PA. And you're going to want to position for this because if you all stack up on each other, you're not going to have the same effective coverage as if you spread out and like sort of move with your team instead of hang completely in the back and leave everybody else hanging. Okay, and then NODEWAR sieges, definitely don't use Fissure Wave. That's this ability. It's also 100%, which is pretty trash unless you gank somebody from behind. Like if you run up on somebody and you gank them with it, it's a knock up and a knock back. So like it hits them with so many CCs all right at once. If you like surprise them with it, it's really effective. And it's pretty long range, so like if you happen to get it and you can like you see them on the floor or something, you could take advantage. Okay, but yeah, don't use Fissure Wave. This is Fissure Wave. It is unprotected. This is a super armor. This is a super armor. This is a frontal guard. This is a frontal guard. That's an iframe. It's an iframe or super armor. I can't remember. We'll look real quick. Skills, awakening, summon tat. So super armor while using skill. So when you press B, that's a super armor. Tet hits 2 targets from distance with 100% accuracy, and he has stiffness on good hits. Gore hits a max of 10 targets. Is the one you're going to want to pull out in siege, because if you send him in, he can hit 10 people at once, and he doesn't miss, and he hits pretty hard. Okay, what else? You're going to want a parrying dagger. Anything to push you over like 310, 320 is going to be very beneficial. When it comes to large scale PvP, you're going to get targeted, and you're definitely going to benefit from having a higher DP than AP, because if you're squishy, you're going to die, and it's not going to like make your heals any better. You're also going to want to run full resistances, basically. Like the main thing with running Witch is that if you get knocked down, you're dead, and you don't do any damage. If you're knocked back, or you're knocked up, or you're floated, if you get grabbed, you're not dealing any damage. Not only that, but you're probably going to get killed, like, immediately. So now you're going to have time to think about what you did wrong, which was get grabbed or CC'd because you're dumb. And you didn't build resistances. And you're going to regret it. And that's pretty much how it's going to work. If that doesn't highlight the fact that you should be evasive, that's pretty much like your playstyle. You want to, be as close to the fray as you can, like a good nurse on the battlefield, because you need to be within a certain distance to heal people. But other than that, it's pretty great. All you have to do is just be there, pretty much. Spam a couple buttons here and there, and then if you get your AP up, dude, one hit fools, TPN, drop the combo, yoke, just get like 30 kills. Like, that's a crazy thing. Like, we had this person miss pay to win, like, buy pins immediately. Like, pretty much every pin they could buy, they bought the first day they made it, whatever the cost. And they pretty much one-shot you, but like, if you're on your back, it doesn't matter how much AP you have, you still die. It doesn't matter what class you pick, you still die. Like, but I don't understand, they went Archer, and that's cool because it was like the meta pick at the time, but like, just imagine a wizard with hard cap gear, like full pin everything except for accessories, and even those were past soft cap. So just think 250, 260 AP. Boom. One of those in a group of 20 people. You kidding me? They literally all die. Like, just instantly. Anybody under 310 would die instantly. Like, it'll get to a point where, like, it doesn't even matter if you're capped or not. Like, you'll just die. If you get CC'd, you die. If you get knocked, you die. Like, I have 3 one-hit game enders that I can cast pretty much back to back over and over again. And I have a teleport, so I can either use that in or out. That's pretty much how it goes. You can do a lot of stuff like that. We went through skills, went through fighting, we went through mechanics, we went through... the other thing is your hotbar. You need the heal. If you want to do pre-awaken combos, you need to put the explosions on your hotbar. You can't do lightning explosion. I have everything else condensed to one button, like so, left trigger and up. So I can't hit the menu on accident. It's all skills. And then every other combo is set to be instant cast. So for console, it's instant cast. If you have nothing else in the circular ring menu, then that's how it works. Limited to 8 buttons, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty straightforward. The only other thing is my controller is set up differently. The best way, I don't know. I wonder, can I just show it real quick? So I have an Elite controller. And you can change the control scheme of the controller like on the fly. And the last thing I'll show you is that I've modified my controller to basically just be more usable than the old one, like the old control scheme. So this is Black Desert Xbox. As you can see, I have the X button on the left bumper, down arrow on the D-pad on the right bumper. I have left bumper on a upper left paddle, A on the lower left paddle, B on the upper right panel, right bumper on the lower right panel. The right thumbstick is D-pad right, the left thumbstick is D-pad left, and then D-pad up is normally up, D-pad down is normally down. Those weren't changed, but I did change the left on the D-pad and the right on the D-pad to be the left and right thumbstick clicks respectively. That way I can press all my hot buttons without leaving the joystick, so I can constantly run while spamming abilities. And not only that, but each thumbstick now has 2 abilities that I can cast by clicking it. And so that helps a lot. And then right bumper is the other D-pad button that I'd have to reach out of my way to grab. And then Y is weapon switch, so I didn't put that on a panel. It's not really useful. And X was my odd man out, but I just rotated it up because it's useful for certain things. But I have the heels on hot buttons, so that's how I work that. And I usually do the left thumbstick heal and then aura heal, and the right thumbstick pot and then mana pot. That way I can get my regeneration going on while I'm fighting without having to like struggle to spam a bunch of buttons. And it doesn't take away from my combo at all, because I don't really need to press X. And down, as you can see, is something that switches me into pre-awaken. And so when you use pre-awaken, it's hot buttons. In awakening, it switches you back. And then when you want to switch into awakening from your pre-awaken, you can use detonate flow. This will switch you from whatever you're doing. So like in the middle of earthquake, canceled it out. Now I'm in awakening. You see that? Now, so like instead of dagger canceling on accident all the time, your forward dagger cancel would actually awaken you. And that was the thing that I guess I've alluded this entire time. The dynamics of being like the way the which was control, like the controls were designed, I guess is how I should word that. Um, Down in B is your pre-awakened bread and butter ability that you combo off of and accidentally 100% off of. Because you can fireball and then you can lightning. Then you pop that, and then you can do your explosion. So you can do this 4-piece with almost no mana because the mana requirements are basically nothing. So pre-awaken, you'll be doing stuff. You'll be like, oh yeah, let's get a sick. Oh look, yep, okay. Yeah, hit that lightning, and then the residual lightning. Oh yeah, my basic noob combo, not even in order. You hit that, and then you're like, why do I always dagger cancel out of skills? Because you'll just dagger cancel out of skills constantly. And the main reason you'll dagger cancel out of skills is because B, your dagger, pretty much cancels most of your skills from pre-awakening. And this is that's notorious. So it'd be like, why can't I throw this? Dang, there's a lot of stuff I missed. But, I mean, this is my first guide. And I just want to pass on the knowledge. Honestly, the video I watched to gain like a majority of the knowledge was like 2 hours long. And, you know, I'm doing my best to condense like months of knowledge into this from pretty much just like a page of notes. So, let's go. What else? If you want to cast an ability, generally press the button again or right bumper again. So like Meteor, you do the combo for Meteor, and then you press right bumper to fire it. That one's pretty straightforward, but it eludes people. Let's see what else. But yeah, I keep skipping it over this topic because it's like dumb. So down B is this. That's your 100%. Look, I just accidentally did it. There you go. I saw the flames. Like I had my 100% and I didn't even register until after I hit it. And there's no way to cancel that ability. Boop, lightning. I guess there is a way. Technically, I guess you can hit processing. Somebody told me that processing will immediately kick you out of whatever ability you happen to be doing at the time. And so that might work. But pretty much like down B, you use a lot and it ruins your day because you'll do the 100% like I just did when you mean to do your lightning, and you'll be like fighting stuff, so you won't realize that you just hit like 98.9% and you probably shouldn't do lightning, but like you just finished your explosion and you're like the next one up is lightning, and then you do your lightning and you're like, oh, I wasted my 100% on nothing. So it's ironic that forward in B, which would have been nothing pre-awakening, except for a fat dagger cancel because you decided to press B while running forward. And hopefully you weren't in the middle of a skill. Otherwise you'll just insta dagger cancel, and it takes ridiculous it takes a ridiculous amount of practice to be disciplined on the B button press and not spam B like a million times, even though like one of your biggest damaging abilities on B. So it's like, I don't know, interesting dynamic. So you press forward in B now, and you instantly swap, no matter what, pretty much, into your awakening. Which is great because if you were accidentally doing combos, you'll just keep doing combos. Like down B is Thunderstorm. So like if you accidentally hit forward and B, oh wait, boop. Hey look, a thunderstorm. Oh look, left trigger and B. Voltaic pulse. Oh wow. Left trigger and right bumper. Boom. Oh my god, another ability. Left trigger, right bump, or left trigger, right trigger. Boom. You're just like bam. Just over and over again. Like you could accidentally do like 5 pre-awakened abilities. Oh, like down, right bumper, right trigger. Hey, like that's meteor. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you do pretty much any of your pre-awakened abilities after hitting forward and B, and you'll naturally do awaken abilities. So like that's the genius part. You could in theory just swap back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with a button press. And then a swap, and then that, and because I'm out of mana, I'm gonna pop that, pop that, pop that, pop that, swap, pop that, pop that. Boom. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You gotta buff up, then you gotta shut them up. I know I wasted a bunch of time. Hopefully I passed on some knowledge. I might redo this in like a, I don't know, very, very short, not rambly version. I'll try to put in some annotations or whatever. Not annotations, but time codes. I don't know. We'll see. I suck at this, but I'm definitely going to upload. Because I don't really want to go through another hour of recording just to make this video again. But yeah. I'll see y'all around.